Okay, guys? Good evening, everyone. Glad to see you here. We got nice stuff tonight. Woohoo! So I'm going to start with the message, the verse. It's from Titus chapter 2, verses 2 to 5. Older men are to be temperate, dignified, sensible, sound in faith, in love, in perseverance. Older women, likewise, are to be reverent in their behavior, not malicious gossips, nor enslaved to much wine, teaching what is good, so that they may encourage the young women to love their husbands, to love their children, to be sensible, pure, workers at home, kind, being subject to their own husbands, so that the word of God will not be dishonored. Amen. So now I'd like to introduce you again to Barbara, and she's going to introduce you to the artist.
Hello, I'm glad that to see so many of you here, and I hope that you take advantage after the service to go and look at the work that came in, which is really, really beautiful. And it's my pleasure to introduce this artist, whom I've known for many years. We've been in lots of exhibits together. We ran critique groups together, and we've had a lot of adventures. And every time I see her work, I say I feel honored to ever have my work hang anywhere near hers, because it's really elegant. And I'm going to let her tell you all about herself. And her name is Kuniko Rouge.
Thank you so much. My most gratitude to all of you, Barbara and Yvette and church staffs, to make this event happen. Thank you very much. My name is Kuniko Rouge. I originally came from busy Tokyo long time ago. Now I live and then I lived in very relaxed place, Hawaii. And finally, in California, I became an American citizen under Obama presidency. I am a self-taught oil painter. My most interest of subject is urban city and also its people. I do go to places for documentation purpose. Sometimes I have to go visit the location to feel more. Many times those places are dingy, perhaps dirty. If it is a people, usually those people are not getting attention by the people. It's like they are part of the scenery. Why am I pulled to those people and the places? Their silent and ignored and humbled existence speaks much louder than any malls, stores, or pretty people with fancy clothes. I feel their dignity, honesty, modesty, and humanity. Malls and other so-called fancy stuff does not communicate with me. Everything there is pretentious to me. Oftentimes, those places are gone in a year due to the gentrifications. Now, with pandemic, it's more worse, but they're in my canvas. I have 4 paintings today. One of them is called Take Fountain, And it's a small, dirty strip mall, just a little store, which now is, I don't know what it is, but it's gone. It was right behind Scientology, something like that. And when I went there so many times, and there I took photographs. I look at the stores from front and the side and all over the place. And the last time I was there, the homeless man talked to me, and he said, "Are you from the city?" So I said, "No, I'm not from the city." And he said, "What are you?" So I said, "I'm a painter." And he said, "Are you painting this place?" So I said, "I am not painting this building, but I'm painting this place on my canvas." And he goes, "This place?" So I said, "Yes, it's a beautiful place. In that small, dirty place, it has a lot of lotto signs, and also it has a little candy machine for the little kids, and some bananas, and I felt like that little store served a lot to that particular community. That really pulled me to paint. And the other one I have is Morning Glory in Asakusa. Asakusa is in Tokyo, and every early summer they have like 3 days of selling Morning Glory only, nothing but Morning Glory. And it's beautiful flowers, and all those vendors has a different kind of costume, which is very interesting to me. So this one, she's wearing like a Morning Glory with a fan costumes, and she has all the Morning Glory that she was selling in front of her and the back. But then I felt like I needed to give her more because it's such a beautiful scenery. So I put old Japanese masters, byobu, silk screen, Morning Glory in the background to her. And the other one is called Summer Jazz. It's Lily of the Nile, I think. It's my own backyard flower. So when I'm not painting, and if it's not hot, I'm usually in my backyard doing it. And the last one is Casablanca. That's the newest one. So after everything, please do enjoy. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, here we go. A tribute to Eddie Harris. All right. Y'all go ahead, do it. Go for it.
Good evening. 1, 2. A little bit more volume. Just a bit. Can you hear me? Okay, very good. Good evening. My name is John Littleton. This is a tribute legacy band. Listen Here is the name of the band. This is a tribute band to the great Eddie Harris. On piano, ladies and gentlemen, Lanny Hartley. On the bass, ladies and gentlemen, Kevin O'Neill. On the tenor saxophone, Philip Wack. Brother Philip Wack. Yours truly, Don Littleton. The second time I did that, man. Anyway, we're going to start off with a piece. This is entitled Listen Here. So we're going to play the title of this band, Listen Here. Listen here. So, tell a little story about Eddie. I was blessed to work with him, and he was an accomplished pianist as well. A brilliant musician. I want to say he was one of the one of his compositions. This one particularly was a big hit when he's played electronic. He was perhaps one of the first saxophonists that played with electronics on the saxophone. The electrified Eddie Harris, what he was playing, what they called a multiviter, would split up the sound of the saxophone in 3 parts. So you heard actually 4, including the saxophone itself. So I want you to. When I say Eddie Harris, you guys say Eddie who? I say Eddie who, you say Eddie Harris. Eddie Harris? Eddie who? Eddie Harris? Eddie who? Eddie who? Eddie Harris. That's right. Thank you very much. Okay, for our next composition, we're going to do Boogie Woogie Bossa Nova. This is another great composition by Eddie Harris. Eddie who? Eddie Harris, thank you. Yeah, that's great. Philip White on tenor saxophone. Yes, sir. Eddie who? Eddie Harris. Eddie who? Eddie Harris. Thank you very much. Okay. Sham time. Sham time.
How about cold duck?
Okay, cold duck time then. This one was named after a certain beverage, a sparkling wine, so to speak. It's called cold duck time. Eddie who? Eddie who? Eddie who? Eddie who? Eddie who? Eddie Harris. Eddie who? Eddie who? Eddie Harris. Uh-huh.
They were straining to get around. See, nobody wants to sing, but anyway, we make it.
Oh, well. Won't you? How about a hand for these wonderful musicians up here? Mr. Lanny Hartley at the piano, ladies and gentlemen. I call him Uncle Lanny. That's my auntie Livette. Kevin O'Neill at the bass, ladies and gentlemen, at the contrabass. Mr. Philip Wack at the tenor saxophone. Yours truly, Don Littleton. And we're going to continue with some music. Exodus to jazz. Do you have a story?
Eddie quite a few times. This was Eddie's biggest hit, was Exodus, the theme from Exodus, the movie. And you probably heard it. Like I said, it was the biggest hit. But he hated to play it after recording it. He didn't want to play it anymore. Did you ever experience that?
I did.
You did. He said, Exodus. Nah, he played something else. One other story about Eddie Harris, which really, I don't know if very people know. Eddie, he was treated for cancer, and I was talking to him one day. You know, and the radiation, you know, his skin was getting very, very dark, and so we were sitting there talking, and he says, you know, a doctor came in and said, you know, I think they did some tests, and he had a rare disease, and it wasn't cancer, and the radiation is what killed him. And he could have been healed if they had diagnosed it properly. So this is Exodus at his biggest hit.
And you all know the story of Exodus, right? Yes. Eddie. Exodus to jazz. Exodus. Okay, fellas. Freedom Jazz Dance. Freedom Jazz Dance. Eddie wrote this one and Miles Davis made it famous. Sure, I started. Before I start, I want to say, Eddie who? All right.
That's about it. My wife hates it when I play sweet jazz. Yeah. One more. Yeah.
Eddie who? Eddie Harris. This is entitled, Yeah. Eddie Harris. Eddie who? yeah. Lanny Hartley, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Thank you very much. Lanny Hartley, Uncle Lanny, the piano. Kevin O'Neill at the bass, ladies and gentlemen. Philip Wack on tenor saxophone. Yours truly, Don Littleton on drums and microphone. Thank you for coming. As the great Duke Ellington says, we love you madly, and we'll see you next year, we hope. Oh, by the way, I have some CDs out there on the table. Tonight's a very special night. They're on sale for $10. So, ma'am, sir, if you don't mind, my granddaughter's getting ready to go back to school. She needs an iPad, a computer, and this, that, and the other, right? So if you could help me anyway with the CDs, appreciate it. Thank you. Just leave the money on the table, and appreciate it very much. Thank you for coming. Good night.
Put the money in the basket, or just on the table.
Thank you, Lanny. Thank you for having me.
Yvette has a little homily now. Wow.
Okay, guys. Okay. The fear of dying. This week, Barbara and I went to the Barbie movie. And yes, we dressed in pink. But they took a lot of care in making the pink plastic doll world of Barbie. The movie opens with Barbie dolls having a party. They're all dancing, having a good time. In fact, that's all that Barbies do. They have a good time. They party. And when the penultimate Barbie asked her fellow dolls if they ever thought of dying, this statement shut the party down. And they just stopped and glared at Barbie. And Barbie just did some backpedaling, saying, "No, I was saying I'm dying to party." Ha, ha, ha. Wow. And the party went on. This fear of dying is the underlying theme of this movie. Even dolls are afraid of dying. Now, the human condition can be defined as human life's characteristics and key events, including birth, learning, emotion, aspiration, morality, conflict, and the scariest one, death. For Barbie to shed her immortal life as a plastic doll to become human, she must accept all the conditions of being a human. The fear of dying is as ancient as humanity itself. Fear of dying resonates with everyone, regardless of their background or age. But acknowledging this fear is the first step towards confronting it. Here are a couple of other steps to help put this fear in its place. Embrace the present. Embracing the present moment isn't merely about being aware of it. It's about cultivating a deep appreciation for the now. It involves the practice of mindfulness, which is the art of being fully present with whatever is happening. I mean, you're not thinking about things tomorrow or the bills or anything like that. You are present. You were just present here, everybody, listening to that music together. And it's not just about big moments, but also the small ones. The taste of your morning coffee, the feeling of the sun on your skin, or the sound of laughter with friends. They may sound corny, but immersing ourselves in these moments, we not only extract more joy from life, but also help to diminish the fear of dying by shifting our focus from the unknown future to the richness of the present. Now, another step is seek meaning, okay? Creativity is a gift and a tool to navigate the depths of existence. It's in the act of creating that we often discover profound meaning. Dive into your artistic endeavors with the intentions to explore life's mysteries. These endeavors could be creating a meal or from scratch, mindfully folding clothes, writing, drawing, sewing, painting, walking, singing, and on and on and on. Creating in any form can become a vessel for your exploration of the human experience. Connect with others is another step. Human connection is our lifeline in the face of mortality. Deeper connections require vulnerability, the willingness to expose our fears and insecurities to those we love. We lighten our emotional burden and strengthen our bonds by sharing our fear of dying with others. The beauty of the human connection lies in the fact that we're not alone in our fear. It's a shared experience, a common thread that binds all of us. Now, also, another step, educate yourself. The fear of dying also thrives in ignorance. By seeking knowledge about the processes of life and death, we demystify death itself. Explore the biological aspects, the psychological dimensions, and the cultural variations surrounding death. This education can transform fear into curiosity and ignorance into understanding. It empowers us to face death with a clear perspective. For example, and this one really got me too, aging is a natural biological process marked by a gradual decline in the body's ability to repair and regenerate cells. This process ultimately leads to the end of life. That made sense to me. I connected that everything, because I'm starting to, mess up a little bit, trip here and there, forget a little bit of something. This is natural. So I can't freak out over it. I just got to deal and live with it. And the next one, explore your spirituality. Oh yeah, spirituality is a vast and profound realm that offers diverse perspectives of life and death. Dive deep into the belief systems and philosophies that resonate with you. Engage with sacred texts, spiritual practices, or philosophical writings that explore the nature of existence. These journeys can provide solace, offer answers, or even doors to deeper questions, all of which can help us make peace with the inevitability of death. Being a Christian, it anchors me in this world of turmoil and craziness. I gotta have it because I look outside and see all these crazy things that's going on and things that I can't handle, I feel, but I can pray and pray on them and pray about them, and it really relieves me. So by the end of this movie, Barbie accepts all the human conditions. She sheds her immortal life to become mortal because the glorious gift of being human is worth dying for. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna close right quickly. Please go out and enjoy the art. Please go and buy those CDs. And thank you for coming. Tell your friends, come back the second Sundays. And also there's gonna be, oh Lord, Kathy Seagull Garcia is gonna be here the next Vespers on October the 8th. Please come, she's fabulous too. So thank you guys, thank you, you were wonderful. And keep doing this, okay? Keep talking about Eddie. Eddie who? Eddie. All right, good night, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, may the Lord watch between you and me while we are absent one from another. Amen.